Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Um,
Now we are going to talk about last time we were talking about our dream job, and now we're going to talk about our dream country. Start from mine. Mine was England. Yeah, England, United Kingdoms. The reason I choose my dream country is because for some reason I think it's a good place to start my career, and also it was one of my favorite country. And firstly, being United Kingdom is one of my dreams since I was a little. Also, there is many things that I like from United Kingdom, like the bands, the community, the person, and so there's many things I like in United Kingdoms. And the difference between Indonesia and United Kingdoms for the work culture is not it doesn't have so many differences, but there is something I like to tell about this work culture. The first thing I found in the internet is the British people tend to put in fewer hours. It means that they like to leave their work earlier. But in Indonesia, we have our work hours. Like if you start at 8, you must leave at 5 p.m. or 7 p.m. and something like that. And the other thing is that the British people, tend to use their extra time to socializing with their co-workers. I mean, like they hang out outside their building, like maybe they go to the cafe or they go to the restaurant to eat with their friends. Yeah, just hanging out and chilling with theirs. And the other is British people tend to take more vacation time. They really don't like to work, I think, but if they got a little more extra time, they will use it as their vacation time. Like in the weekend and Saturday or Sunday, they will go to somewhere else to get a refreshment. But in Indonesia, usually our people like to saving money because they know it's not that easy to get the money. So yeah, they maybe just our people like going outside and having best like little ride around the city, not going too far. And also, I found something interesting that British people get more paid of time off that than our country. Like they work like not just like in 6 hours or like 48 hours a week. Not like us in Indonesia. You work like start from 6 and go home in 5 p.m. or 7 p.m. like almost 12 hours. But in this short time, they got a lot of. They get paid like pretty much more than us. Like for 6 hours in a day, you will get around like how I forgot, but I at least one thing I know it's very different in Indonesia. Like yeah, it's I think is Indonesia the workers are not fair. They're not getting easy money in a week. I think that's all I can say about my dream country, the United Kingdom, England. And I want to ask maybe Aqwam first. What about your dream country, and what's the difference between your dream country and our country, Indonesia?
Thank you for asking me. My dream country is United States. First of all, why I want to start my career in the United States, especially in the New York City. That's because New York City is one of the biggest city in the world, and uh, that means in New York City there are a lot of business, and more business means more people, and more people means the bigger my opportunity, the bigger the opportunity for my business to grow. So the differences, I'm not gonna talking about the differences first. Let's talking about the similarity. About the similarity, Indonesia and United States is pretty similar. They are both are a democratic country, and people in Indonesia and America also consist of various ethnic groups, religion, and races. And about the work hour in Indonesia and America, it is pretty similar. The people going work to office at 8 p.m., 8 a.m. and going home at 17:30 p.m. Now talking about the differences, maybe the differences is mostly in the quality of the human resources. It's because, as we know, United States is an advanced country, meanwhile Indonesia is still a developing country. We can say that the quality of the human resources in United States is better than in Indonesia, especially about the work culture. So the people in United States, majority of them are taking the deadline more seriously. Uh, and also people there in America using the time more efficiently. Meanwhile, in Indonesia, majority people maybe not taking the deadline seriously and tends to underestimate time. And as the consequences for underestimating time, people in Indonesia usually use their weekend for extra time for chasing the deadline. Meanwhile, in America or United States, people using their weekend to enjoy their spare time. And in Indonesia, if people have some spare time or like holidays, they spend their time to hang out with their friends or their family, maybe go to holiday at other city like that. But in USA, in United States, if they have a weekend or spare time like that, they usually use the time to go to the party. And the last one, the differences I know is most people Indonesia, most people in Indonesia usually feel bad to telling their different opinion to the others. They worry to hurt other feelings if they know that they have a different opinion like that. Uh, Meanwhile, in United States, people tends to straight to the point if they have different opinion. I think that's all I know about the similarity and the differences about my dream country, United States, and my home country, Indonesia. Next, maybe Tegar could tell us about his home home country and the dream country differences.
Yes, so my dream country is Japan. Why? Because Japan infrastructure are very good and many cloud-based provider as well as from enterprise, especially the big player are in Japan. The, the difference between Japan and Indonesia is first Indonesia. Indonesia usually does not take a long period of time to discuss a project, while Japanese usually take a very long time to discuss a project. The second is Indonesia are less efficient in using their time. Japanese, on the other hand, are efficient in using their time. This translates to Japanese work more and produce more. Indonesian also rarely work overtime, while in Japanese, if people don't work overtime, they tend to to uh, look weird to the people around them, because in there people think if you go home midnight, then you are a good husband. If not, you are a bad husband. And for Indonesia, where there is a problem in job, usually companies tend to focus on finding out who did the mistake rather than the thing was the problem. While the Japanese, on the other hand, if there are a problem in the job, companies tend to focus on finding what is the problem, not on who made the mistake. Indonesia and Japanese also has many similarities. The work hour regulated by law is 8 hours per day. And the culture of seniority is very rich in there, the both country. Nah, the culture in Japanese is quite unique. Firstly, the seniority system. Japanese society places strong importance on the hierarchical relation between a senior and junior, known as the Nenko Joretsu system. The second, the group harmony priorities the need of society rather than personal interest or opinion. Instead, like Indonesia, of making decisions based on individual authority, Japanese companies tend to take a holistic approach, emphasizing group consensus in order to maintain peaceful cooperation within the organization. Lastly, the Japanese is very much go to drinking after work. I don't know why. It's just their culture. A form of social, it is a form of social and that is integral to traditional Japanese film. I think that's all I know about Japanese. Uh,
Thank you very much for Aqwam and Tegar and for sharing your dream country for this group. I hope in the next in the future, we can talk more about our dream job and how we can reach our dream job. Once again, thank you very much for your for attending this video. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.